Warning. The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, episode 130, and I gotta tell you guys, it's been a week. It has been a week. Goldberg, WWE Universal Championship, AEW takes the stage and kills the game. And we're not just talking wrestling tonight, folks. I'm going to dabble into a different world for myself tonight. I'm talking DC Comics. I'm talking apps. I'm talking all kinds of forms of entertainment when it comes to DC. And I'm not alone. Say hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, and we are going to get this rocking right now.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy, your main man, your Jack's old brother from another mother. This is your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I am AJ Orsini, and as previously stated in our little opening here, I am not alone. I am joined by the great and powerful, not-so-average Murder is Bad himself, Joe Joe Pombo, is in the house. I think you now officially, I have to go back and count, but I think you may be the most frequent guest on this show than anyone else at this point.
I love it.
I don't know if I've had anybody as on this show as many times as I've had you, but I just enjoy. You're just such a sexual person. I'm attracted to you.
Sexual experience to have me on the show.
Yeah, I'm attracted to your intellectual self. You're not bad on the eyes either. If I was a single man, I'd give Amy a problem. But
there we go.
But something happened to me this morning. My wife ninja'd me this morning. It was about 7 in the morning. She showed me some shit this morning, and it fucked with my head. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with some people right back. And I decided I was going to do some conversating about some stuff that I don't normally talk about. So since I am one of those open-minded individuals, and I know for a fact that I don't feel comfortable talking about things that I don't know all that much about, I decided to bring in the expert, the founder of ToBeSeen.com, and of course one of the head creators of one of those wonderful YouTube shows, Comic Conversation, and that would be yourself, Mr. Joe Pombo.
Yes, indeed. And I'm actually going to be on an episode of Comic Conversation, so big surprise.
Oh, that's a huge surprise for me, because I know how much you feel about being in front of cameras.
Yeah, it's my second show that I'm actually going to be on, the actual show on my website.
You're coming out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah. And I will not be wearing a mask.
Yeah, I know. We started with the mask, and now I'm glad the world is now starting to see so many of your wonderful facial features, and not just your voice and the mask itself. So it's good. I'm glad you're coming out of your shell. First and foremost, brother, it's episode 130. I don't know. As many times as you've been on this show, has it been just you and me? Has it ever been just been me and you?
Part of a round table.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not true. The Christmas episode.
Right.
Julian was
there. Julian was I guess that's why it feels like it's never happened like this before, because Julian was there. He started the show off with us and got me copyrighted on my Christmas video. And then
you get no money.
It goes all to the family and friends of those who created that wonderful song. I'm so happy that you're here, because there's much to discuss. Now, not just the DC stuff, which I'm sure you will have loads to discuss with me here. I'm gonna try my best to set you off, because I know how you get about topics like this, because you were the first to call this, the situation with the DC stuff, the DC app and the DC universe. You were one of the first to call this, and I am one of the ones who fought you on your ideal about this exact problem, and it looks like I'll be eating crow. So not only did I not shy away from being wrong on this, but I want to make the world know that not only was I wrong, but Joe was right. So we're going to discuss that in just a few moments. I'm going to break this up, wrestling, comics, wrestling. And I gotta talk to you a little bit, pick your brain, so to speak, as to what, because I don't think we've ever had this conversation. I don't know where you stand on this. So here is the opportunity for me to clarify with you. WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia. Because there's so many. Oh yeah, we're gonna get Muhammad Hassan over here.
Yeah, right.
But do you? Because I know how strongly you feel about politics and morality when it comes to television and just on the creative level of things. So when you hear things like WWE has a multi-year standing with the government of Saudi Arabia, where do you stand on that?
I do this, suck my teeth, and go.
But you get it though, like the business aspect of it.
Yeah, I get the business aspect of it.
You just don't like it.
Entrepreneur myself, I understand the realm in which that Saudi money is just something hard to turn away from.
Saudi money,
the original black gold. That's the country of
Texas tea.
Texas tea, exactly. Well said. So I understand Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's over here. Yeah, I want some of that Saudi money.
Yes.
He's got a prince. I want to be a prince.
Yeah, some of that.
Just a billionaire.
Can I have some oil? No. Can I have your money? Yes.
Exactly. You got to find a way in, and Vince found it.
Well,
here's my men. They'll dance around in their underwear for you.
The reason I bring this up, obviously, the story coming out of Saudi Arabia. This time, not travel. This time, we're talking Goldberg. Goldberg wins the WWE Universal Championship, defeating The Fiend in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes. See, that's the thing too, because people do say it's a squash, and I guess because of the time constraint, it is basically a squash. But it took the 5 spears. They tried to make it look like he was still just in the fight, but when you only combat for 3 minutes, it's essentially just a squash. How did you feel when you received the news, Goldberg over The Fiend and now Universal Champion?
I was saddened. I stopped. I paused.
It was saddened. You made that sound like when the JFK announcement went over the radio, when the people pulled over and cried.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I saw that because I don't have the app. I'm not big on the streaming apps.
Right. Which we'll get to.
I'm
in
an
a
old
second.
man.
Yes.
So we're gonna get to that. But
we're gonna get to that.
But right. I literally read that. I was all day checking my phone because it was happening while I was at work, and my boss, hopefully, whom won't be listening to this episode, but he was in Britain. So I went and I literally kept going, checking the phone to see what the results were, and I expected the Fiend to get the W over Goldberg, but I guess that enticement of Goldberg is that he always has the W, even though it looks sloppy as hell, and that's what happened, and I was super sad. I stopped in my tracks and I was like, for real, the Fiend? Why?
What are your theories as to why they went forward with Goldberg?
I think they wanted to take the belt off of Fiend quickly and give a match for Goldberg to really shine at Mania, because the time is running out. I think he's in his 50s. I think I heard 52
Do we really
or 53.
need him to shine though? Is it a situation if they're building him up to let Roman shine?
Yeah, I mean it'll be a good conquest for Roman. It's a nice alley-oop for him, because after that. People got sick and tired of the dog food smearing back and forth.
Goldberg was an alley-oop. Oh my God, that's where we're at, folks. This guy just drove through the Fiend, but he's gonna be an alley-oop for Roman. And I actually, I'm not making fun of you about that. I actually fully fucking agree with you, because it just seems like one of those deals where, I mean, the first time he became Universal Champion, you just got the feeling that it was transitional. It's the same thing here. The Fiend. See, my thing about the whole situation, I don't think the Fiend should have had the belt from the word go. I
remember you saying that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know what the need was, why they felt the need to do that.
They wanted to sell that $2,000 belt.
$2,000, brother. It was a $6,500 belt.
Oh my God! I just knew it was out of my range.
$2,000 would have been a 75% discount.
Woo,
on the actual charge of that belt.
Well, now it should be like $5.99 on eBay, right?
I think they were using the replicas in the ring at this, because how many of those belts can you actually physically fucking make?
Yeah.
Jesus. But I think my problem with the whole thing, like I said before, was that he won the belt in the first place. They tried to play it where he has a hit list. He's trying to hurt those that hurt him, and so the belt was kind of like a lure. It was a way to get people to get in the ring with him, which is fine. Another explanation. It's a fitting explanation for the other way when people say, well, it also explains what happened on SmackDown, where he loses the championship, goes to SmackDown, and immediately challenges Cena. He's got zero inclination as to going back toward Goldberg. He's got no problems with Goldberg. To be honest, he really, really wanted that neon green motherfucker on fucking SmackDown.
He was so green.
Let's take a time. Let's take a trip back into time for a second. And go into your creative mind. Go back. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was WrestleMania 31. No, that was Bray Wyatt Taker. I think this was 33. It was one of those. Cena and Bray Wyatt the first time around. And Cena goes over. That was a very highly criticized match, stating that Bray should have gone over. He should have given the guy the rub. He's the next big heel, blah, 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 blah.
Well, which was all true.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Okay, it was all true. Do you think, after everything that's happened over the last few weeks, that we get a case of deja vu in Tampa Bay?
That's a strong possibility, unfortunately.
You think it's a strong possibility? Did they beat the Fiend again?
This is Cena's bow out. I mean, I know they have a lot of guys going on their back to give the one up for everybody, and there's a possibility that it could go either way. But I just feel that they want to give Cena out on a high note and surprise people.
You think
Bray, he's all right. He's like, hey, I'm getting my check. I'm cool.
Do you really think that though? I mean, do you really think he's at a point where it's like, hey, I'm getting paid. I'm not really worried about it, because it's for someone who put that much work and effort into that gimmick and invest the way that he did, for him to go back to Mania after all this and lose again to Cena. That would be very
piss me
odd.
Off. I'm a big Bray fan, and not just because I look like him if I put my normal clothing and hats on. I really think that they have something magical with that character. They have finally a replacement for Taker, and they just kind of they poo-pooed on it.
And you know what? I've heard that comparison a lot, the replacement of Taker, and people are like, well, that's out the door now, the way they've been beating him. For those of you out there who are listening to the show, if you think Bray losing a match here or a match there is them ruining the character, you don't remember Taker from 1990, 91, and 92.
That's right.
Because he was kind of they booked him strong in the way that he was presented, but he lost matches.
Yeah, he lost to Hogan.
Yeah, he lost a few of them.
Yeah, he lost a few
big time matches. But same thing here. Bray's losses are to Seth Rollins inside of a cell for the main event for the title.
Right.
He loses the Goldberg main event of a pay-per-view. So he's losing high-profile matches. He's not losing on SmackDown. He's not losing on your B and C pay-per-view shows. He's losing on these really big shows, which is not a good pattern when you think about WrestleMania's right around the corner. But I don't see them. I don't see history repeating itself. I can't go down that road. And I'm going to save some of this ammunition for the eventual roundtable that I hope you'll be a part of. But
absolutely.
I just wanted to get somebody else's thoughts on that shit, because I understand the business end, and sometimes the business end over encompasses my fandom, I guess, because of my habits. Like, I've been doing this for so long, my habits as a fan are different than my habits as a businessman. When I saw the match booked, I was like, all right, well, that's it for that. Because
I mean, part of me thinking, okay, this heel is like one of those gray area heels, because a lot of people really dig the character, and I'm talking about Bray.
Yeah.
And for Roman to go against him, I think that the fans would have turned on Roman. So they wanted to put it on a safer spot. It's like, okay, Goldberg's like a part-timer, and he's older, so this might be his swan song finally. And, if you notice, when they had their showdown on SmackDown last week, fans were cheering Roman. So, I can see why, but
he got a really nice reaction on that SmackDown when he came out to say, "I'm next," which is beautiful, because before he said "I'm next," It's so hilarious because people were shitting on Elimination Chamber because they were saying that the Elimination Chamber matchup with the women is too predictable. It's obviously Shayna's going over. Shayna and Becky's the match at WrestleMania. That's an obvious thing. It's a waste of time. So I don't know if you heard this, but the building that they're performing in for Elimination Chamber, I forgot the name, it slips my memory at the moment. They had made a local advertisement to sell the pay-per-view for people to come, and in the local advertisement, it announced a 6-man men's chamber match where Roman would win, or not. Obviously, it didn't say Roman would win, but you would think of the 6, Roman would probably go over, and that's his chance to go against Goldberg at WrestleMania. What they ended up doing is skipping the chamber and just basically saying, all right, well, Roman's next. And fans exploded. Well, that's all we do now? We could just walk up to champions and just say I'm next. He doesn't have to earn it. Nick, you just said that the chamber match is fucking useless because it's a foregone conclusion. Yeah. So if we put Roman and 5 other not going to win guys inside of the chamber, what's the point? Do you disagree or do you agree? I don't understand. What would be the point of putting him in a chamber match to take a spot that he's going to have?
If it's obvious and people are saying, oh, it's too predictable, and you gotta go with the flow. All right, just skip that.
Yeah, people will sit here and say that Finn Balor deserves a shot because he never lost it. Well, Roman didn't lose it.
Yeah. Cancer won it.
Cancer stripped him of the Universal Championship. Exactly. And then he went out into the corner and beat that shit to death, and now he's back to beat Goldberg to death. Maybe he'll put cancer in Goldberg. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Luckily, it doesn't spread that way.
Right? He's bad, like, okay? I'm just going to rub napkins on him. That's not how it spreads, Roman. What's that commercial? That's not how that works.
Mask to the ring.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
So let's transition. Let's talk a little bit about the article that I had sent to you earlier. And the gist of the article, I'm going to set this up for those of you who are wondering where I got this information from. There's a website called ScreenRant.com. I'm not entirely sure. You may know better than I.
They're very YouTube huge.
And
their ideology was initially one of my initial ideas for ToBeSeen.com was to have, because I had ToBeSeen.net, ToBeSeen.uk, and I went crazy with all this ToBeSeen. And one was to be like a blog forum for people to, get news and therefore come back frequently. And the other one was for all the videos. And then there was one for music. And, that's neither here nor there. So Screen Rant successfully ran their site the way I wished mine to be. And culturally, they have some of the more socially hilarious videos on YouTube called pitch meetings. So I don't know if you've ever gotten a chance to see those. Have you ever seen those?
I've seen a few, yeah.
Yeah. So these guys are killing it with those pitch meetings. They're just a quick gimmick. Says basically, somebody pitches a movie and then it's the same guy, but he like transitions in between shots to make it seem like he's 2 different people, and he times it properly so that one sounds like he's speaking over the other. It's just the way you edit it. There's a little behind the scenes there for you folks that don't know.
Pulling that curtain back a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
Well, don't put them over too hard. To Be Seen is still awesome, and people should go check that out.
Oh, no, absolutely. Like, I just changed my formula, so now I'm focusing on the
You're evolving more toward what you want to do. There you go.
Yeah. I definitely. Common Conversation is better than those pitch meetings. You get the same thing over and over again. Come on.
Screen Ran over and fucks it 3 ways from Sunday. That's just the facts. But on this one occasion, we will give them a little bit of credit because they stirred up some conversation in me, and now I'd like to have that conversation for you. Screen Rant is the one who put this up. They put it up a few days ago, actually, February 28th. DC Universe's streaming service future is unclear. That was the headline. The headline is not what grabbed me because you see shit like this all the time, clickbait stuff. This is not too far out of the realm of normalcy. But as I started reading the article, some things had into the light here that I definitely want to talk to you about, because I could read the whole article, but the gist of this whole thing is content. That seems to be the issue. That seems to be the conversation. You had made mention several times. I believe you said it on the Christmas episode too. About these streaming services popping up like zits on an acne-infested face of a 14-year-old boy. There's just a streaming service for this, a streaming service for that, there's so many services and not enough content. The DC Universe future is unclear. Based on this article, the gist of it is it's unclear, not because the content isn't working, because if you look over some of the numbers, especially Titans in particular, it mentioned that the 5 original DC shows, Swamp Thing, Titans, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, and Young Justice. Swamp Thing canceled after 1 episode. Everyone heard that. But Titans seems to be a massive success for the app. Doom Patrol doing well. Harley Quinn just wrapped up its first season. They've already been renewed. Young Justice being revived in Cartoon Network. I mean, they've got some original content that seems to be going very well.
Stargirl, hello. Boo.
Stargirl is on its way out, right? And they see, on paper, you would think, seems to be rolling, right? They're definitely doing better than Disney Plus right now, as it would seem.
Yeah.
With the exception of The Mandalorian, I mean, that hype pretty much died out pretty fast.
Yeah, once Baby Yoda was punched in the face, everybody's like, oh, motherfuckers,
yeah, that's
canceled
it.
them out.
Unsubscribe. But I will give you the floor, sir. I'm going to set you up with this right here. Talk to me yet again about because you were screaming at the clouds and nobody would listen. Well, here we are. Here we are at the precipice of Armageddon.
Going, ah!
Yeah, and here we are at the precipice of Armageddon, and now we seek the knowledge of Moses, now that it's far too late. But what was your theory again about the oversaturation?
I told you, kids. That's how I'm going to start it out. I
told you, kids.
What would happen? You kids can't focus for 5 seconds. You think these apps are going to work out with everything you want in 20 different places? No. It's not going to happen.
They're all streaming the same shit.
You're going to have pirates, and I'm not going to name names, but I know quite a few, and they're wonderful friends of mine.
Oh.
And then you've got people that aren't pirating. You got the guys that are just waiting to find a deep, dark web and go deep down in the disc of a dungeon.
Web. On the interwebs, and then find that shit for free. Those are the non-pirates. They're just a little bit more savvy when it comes to the intranets. Thank you to the folks out there in the UK who post that shit up for people to download.
Yeah, there's many of those. And then you got guys like me that are like, oh my God, there's just too many of them. I've got one show here that I want to see. Now, I really like Doom Patrol, and I really enjoyed Swamp Thing. But when they told me they canceled Swamp Thing right off the bat, and I'm like, well, fuck you. I grew up in a dark room, in a dark, cold house in Westchester, New York, the best Chester. And in said house, I used to watch the original Swamp Thing show that used to be on the wonderful USA Network.
Yeah, and you watched it in the dark?
What's that?
You watched it in the dark?
Yeah, it was the best way to watch it because that guy's voice.
The only way to watch it. I do recall the show, yes.
Yeah. So you had that for free because you're not really free, but you're paying for cable, but it was on the basic network. You have all these apps, and they may be $4.99, $5.99, the music apps and this and that, but you got to think about it. I had a massive DVD collection. I still have a massive DVD collection. There's stuff on my DVD shelf that's still not available on these apps because they don't have access to all this content because there were many iterations of many studios years ago. And now that the studios are gobbling each other up and you're dwindling down on the amount of ownership rights, you still have some that are on, like Universal still owns the Hulk. People may not realize that, but that motherfucker's movie's not going to get off the ground proper. You're not going to get a World War Hulk where he's fighting Sentry like he should, because the Hulk's still owned by Universal. And things like that are really holding back the full potential of these apps. But then again, if you let all that slide the way they want it, you're going to be paying $400 a month. You got your HBO Max looming in the shadows, and HBO has its own content for years.
HBO Max seems to be at the helm of DC's future as we speak. So.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be absorbed, I think, in the long run, in the long-term goals, or all these.
See, I didn't care about the HBO Max thing because it didn't affect me, but now it does. Not because of the DC app, but for those of you who listen to the show, you already know I'm a big Rooster Teeth fan. Okay, big Rooster Teeth fan. I watch a lot of their content. Been watching it since it was a couple of Xboxes in their friend's house. I go all the way back. And to redversusblue.com before it became roosterteeth.com, way back in the day.
Oh,
and,
yes. I actually have the DVDs of Red versus Blue.
There you go. I have every season that ever existed on my laptop right now as we speak. And I'm a huge on Ruby, and I was huge on Genlock when it came out. And myself and a lot of Rooster Teeth fans got a kick in the chest when we found out that not only is the long-awaited question, well, are we going to get a Season 2 finally answered, but it won't be on the premium Rooster Teeth account. It's going to HBO Max. So we're paying for the subscription for Rooster Teeth, but we're not going to get the new season. That's going to go to another subscription service.
Yeah, it's these fucking companies nickel and diming you like crazy because
they're like, wait a second, I gotta go to HBO. I'm paying you for your service. You're creating the show, and I have to pay another person to see your content.
This is insane. And these companies are making bank. When I went to Portugal the first time, I noticed it phone, if you wanted to go for, I don't know if it's still like that, because this is 8 years ago. When I started before I was married. Hey, if I want to go on the internet on my phone to see Facebook, I got to pay one package. And if I want to go to be on YouTube, I got to pay another package. And these nickel and dime things that's been working for only the corporations really hurt the consumer, because if you're a by golly good old American that loves capitalism and wants to succeed of a corporation, and you're going to go and pay every individual thing, you still need to pay for access to get all these things. You're still going to have to be roped in like I am with Verizon, where it's like, all right, you want any internet? Fine, you can just have the internet, but it's going to cost you.
Do you want any internet?
Yeah, right. You want access to the internet? Sure, $79.99. What? But I'm paying $105 with the cable. Yeah, I know. It's up to you. It's like, how do I get rid of cable if you guys are still making the internet access so expensive?
Then they give you the cable, they give you the internet, and then you go on the internet, and it's like, oh, you want to watch this? That's $5 more.
Exactly. This is crazy. They're just trying to sucker everybody in, and the problem is there are enough people falling for it that they kept a lot of these apps thriving,
because they pitch it on convenience. They're like, oh, it's right here on your phone, it's right here on your smart TV, you got access on your laptop, you could watch it in the tub, you can watch it anywhere. Easy access.
But you know what's crazy? It's like, why the fuck am I going to pay extra on all that other shit that I'm paying? I really hope this is the true uncensored mind and people aren't going to go and get on your case. God, that murder guy really curses up a storm. But
no, I curse all the time. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Full unbridled Pombo here. Why am I going to pay $105 a month and then pay extra for every little? Because there's shows on the DC app, there's shows on the Disney app, there's shows on especially the CBS All Access, because I'm a Star Trek nerd.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm going to be broke if I did it the right way. You know,
in order to live, I have to cheat the system.
Yeah, exactly.
You're making me a pirate.
Yeah, I've got my flag riding high on my car.
I became one against me will.
Yeah, you think you're going to get the best of me, corporation? And it's just insane. If you add it all up, I think I did the math once. Everything that I wanted, just my personal likes, everything that I wanted, it would have cost me $499 a month, not including, because I really like wrestling,
right? And
I really wanted the WWE app. And it was only $9.99.
Well, is that how much it was? Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
They only said it 1,000 times every day for forever.
Exactly. Only $9.99. You get the first month free. Anyway.
Or you could just do burner accounts and get it free every pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. So if I added it all up, it was $400 plus my internet, which is $105. God damn. That's my car payment plus my insurance. I can drive to an event, and it'll be cheaper
and pay
than getting all these streaming services. And I think people are realizing that. So, the one way that people are trying to skate it is, you got your Netflix, you got your Hulu, you got your Amazon Primes or whatever. And what they're doing is, okay, Mandalorian's going to be coming out, and Disney's smart about their way they're handling their services. And Netflix has kind of hopped on this too, is they're not letting you binge it. Right. Because you could get on it, binge it, cancel it, go to the next app.
Which is odd, because binging was the perk. Isn't that what
Right.
the selling point was originally for the streaming service? That you didn't have to wait. And now people are literally not waiting. They're watching it, and then they're getting rid of it.
Yeah. And, what people are going to... So Disney and now Netflix is doing their shows where it's like, you got to wait till next week. You got to wait till next week, like an actual regular television. And eventually people are going to be like, oh, what the frig is the point? Like you just said. And they're going to just get rid of it altogether and be like, you know what? I'll wait till...
If I have to wait, I might as well get my TV back.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think this is the doom of streaming services.
Ooh.
They're either going to consolidate. I think so. Because people are realizing, wait a minute. Because my biggest issue with Netflix when I had it was some of my favorite shows like Frasier and How I Met Your Mother, they're under contract. So when the contract's up, so is the show. So all those episodes that I always like to watch 100 times over because I still laugh at certain things that I missed, like The Office, also taken off of Netflix, is no longer there because the contract's now with somebody else.
Now it's on Hulu.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck you, because I really enjoy coming back and watching the same episodes, because when the brilliant shows shine, it's because their ensemble's on point, the jokes are timed perfectly, and they have rewatching value. And The Office is one of those shows that, and How I Met Your Mother, have extremely high rewatching value. Now they're not available. Yes. So it's like, well, bye. Felicia.
I have them on my laptop, so I don't need streaming service. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. Arg. Arg. Listen, I'm old school. I am. I try to upgrade myself and evolve, so to speak. But I learned through my upbringing, I may not always have the internet.
Yeah.
So I always try to have some sort of physical offline copy that I can utilize. Even if it's for instance, I have the WWE Network. I have had the WWE Network since it started, in 2014. I haven't missed a beat and I haven't missed a payment. But because I have access to the network, does that mean that I went to my hard drives and got rid of all my pay-per-views? No, because I don't know how much longer this bitch is going to run. We're already losing pay-per-views to ESPN,
made a play to buy the WWE Network or something.
Yeah, Amazon has made a play. That ESPN is in negotiations for the pay-per-views to add it as content to their show or to their app. And if you lose the live pay-per-views, then you're going to lose a lot of subscribers, because people like me who use the app more for nostalgia purposes than new content, if you lose... there's a lot of people who don't do that. A lot of people go to the network for the new shit. If you remove the new shit from the network and you put it on another app, they're just going to go to the other app. There's not a whole lot of people today who are getting the WWE Network to watch, World Class or WWE pay-per-views from 1987. Like, they're just not doing that. So you're going to lose a lot of fucking people to the other app.
Yep. You're going to have the app crash.
Let's go back to the DC Universe specifically, though, because, as I said before, the headline here is that the future is unclear. You've already spoken to your thoughts about the streaming services, whether it be a success or failure. You're leaning a little bit more toward doom and peril when it comes to these apps. Because it's, according to this article, it seems very almost automatic that these new episodes, these new shows are heading to the other app. Just for content purposes, because the DC Universe is funding itself, right? I mean, DC is the one pretty much putting this together. They can opt to keep it and do more original content, or kill it off. If you're in charge of the DC Universe, this is you. I'm putting it on you. Forget to be seen for a second. You're in charge of this app. This is your baby. You're losing. You. Let me go back even before that. You were asked to do the unthinkable. Okay, we're going to give you this app. We're going to give you a bunch of money. We want you to put this together for us. You can't use Batman. You can't use Superman. You can't use any of the people that we have used to death over the course of the last 4 decades.
Oh, wow. So you're removing my balls and giving me a lot of money.
But we need you to come up with content that's going to speak to the youth of today and get ourselves some subscribers on the streaming service. And then you take that task and you succeed. Right? You pull out these characters, these obscure characters that many pop culture casuals probably either don't know or don't know enough about, and you give them this content and it works and it gets over. And the very minute that you do this, I mean, at the end of season 1, your bosses come in, they congratulate you, tell you how great a job you did. You're so wonderful, but we're moving these contents to HBO Max, and we need you to do this again.
Yeah.
Do you just blow this fucker up, or do you try to do it again?
In all honesty, if the HBO Max is going to be the be-all, end-all, you just blow the fucker up. You got to let it go.
I'm leaning toward that myself because I'm like, wait a second. You told me to be God here. All right, that was the level of expectation. You wanted me to create something from almost literally nothing. I did that. I drew water from a stone here. And you took my water and you gave it to some other asshole and told me to do it again. I think out of spite, I would just be like, no, fuck you. As a matter of fact, I also want to go to HBO Max. I want to go with the content. I don't want to be.
I want to be where the big boys play.
Yeah. I think at this point you blow it up. You almost have to, right? Absolutely. Because, Marvel took the cheap way out. They gave their shit up to the conglomerate before it even got to this point. But at least DC's trying to do something individually. But here we are. We're at the end of that rope, and it looks like it's leading toward going the other way anyway. Can any independent entertainment service stand on its own without being bought over by someone else? No. Can it exist in this world alone?
No. The only way you get this type of content, like what could work, is if your content was on like a YouTube, like a third party that's a little bit more obscure. But even then, dude, freaking Ryan's toy review. My son saw this kid coming up on YouTube, and now he's got his own freaking Nickelodeon show. Yeah,
exactly. Even the YouTube people are starting to get fucking big and fucking famous. I just, are we at a point now where we have our heads of state, and they're in a constant content war, and the money's just too good to pass up?
Absolutely. Listen.
So are you willing to listen to offers for 2BC?
I'm not saying I'm going to sell out, but.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Yahoo comes over, they're like, hey, listen, we're really competing here. We'd love for you guys to do your This Dungeon and Comic Conversation on our network.
I'm switching. I have no problem.
I'm switching. There it is. See? But that's
there it is.
But you see how, because as an entrepreneur yourself, as a creator yourself, you're trying to go with, this is your livelihood we're talking about. This isn't a hobby for you. This is what you do. This is your life. So when you get an opportunity to get a check like that, and set your wife up and set your future kids up, it's hard to pass up. On the other side of it,
but visibility too, because so many people are on. Like I was on YouTube the other day. Somebody at work was asking about something while we were at lunch because we have a really cool setup in my office. And I showed him, you know what? Everybody's on YouTube. Look, Kevin Hart has his own YouTube show.
Who doesn't need to be on YouTube? He's on YouTube.
He doesn't. Right. People are on YouTube that should not be on YouTube. YouTube was a place for creators that didn't have the finances to get that type of exposure. Now you've got people that have the massive exposure on YouTube, which already has a mega exposure, and they're drowning all the people that are trying to come up. It's a lot harder to get seen. Ironically, the name of my website on YouTube now than it's ever been. Yeah, because it's crowded. Changing the algorithm. It's too crowded. It's oversaturated.
Yeah. Everybody, let's pack all of our shit and head over to Dailymotion, man. That's it.
Yeah,
let's put this promotion on our backs and drive this fucker to the moon. That's what I'm thinking. Absolutely. I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm joking. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put all of my shit on fucking Dailymotion. That's it.
Yeah, I might as well too. Yeah.
I might as well. It can't hurt, right? For all the Ukrainians who go on Dailymotion, they got something to watch now. There you go.
Yeah,
I actually have some people from Ukraine who listen to this, so if you found it as a slight, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so I
have one Norwegian person that listens to This Dungeon.
That's pretty awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember my first foreign listener. Listen, we're gonna transition over to the AEW stuff, but before we do, I want to take a quick minute, a pause for the cause, so to speak. For those of you who've heard the name so many times, To Be Seen, I got a quick little something I want to share with you guys. Here's a little audio clip for ToBeSeen.com, and then when we come back, we're talking AEW, baby. Hey guys, Orsini here, and I just want to take the time to thank our sponsor for the live WrestleMania Roundtable, ToBeSeen.com. That is the number 2, BESCENE.com. They are an entertainment and videography company, and I have given them big 2 thumbs up. I have used them in the past for my own pro wrestling company, and I'm glad to be working with them yet again with the podcast. Now, again, they're an entertainment and videography company. They do it all, baby. They storyboard, they film you, they edit, they publish all in one place. It's easy come, easy go. They even have the ability to shoot the baby in 4K. If you're a YouTuber or an internet sensation coming up, these are the people that you want to contact and work with. What's that? You're not a YouTuber? You're not trying to be all over the place? That's fine. You can still go to their website for entertainment purposes. They hold live trailer chats. They discuss movies and anything entertainment. Check it out again. The number 2, DESCENE.com. That was such a suave commercial. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that was excellent.
I put that together a while ago. But yes, you guys can head over to the number 2, 2BScene.com for all your entertainment, video, audio, media needs. You can head over to there. Common Conversation, Disc Dungeon, it's all on there. You can even check out my show on their website, for Christ's sake. So there's a lot of stuff that you can check out. Content is really dope. Go check it out. Speaking of dope content, I take it to February 29th. The Wintrust Arena, Chicago, Illinois. All Elite Wrestling presents Revolution. My friend Joe Po over here has seen the pay-per-view. He's a massive wrestling fan. Not just all that great stuff you just heard, the capitalism, the politics, everything. He's got more, folks, because he's also a wrestling nerd. This guy's got his hands in everything. Huge wrestling nerd. Out of respect, I didn't see it. But out of respect, I will acknowledge the pre-show matches that took place. I'll zip through these real quick. Dr. Britt Baker and Penelope Ford defeat Riho and Yuka Sakazaki. The Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Evil Uno.
With the brief, you're the only person I've ever heard say that. We're gonna get back to that in a second. The Beaver Boys defeat SoCal Uncensored, Franklin Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. They've been very strategic, keeping Daniels away from the group, so to speak, and that's been good. I was going to move on to the main card. I got to get back to your little comment about Evil Uno. You might be the only human being. Hold on, Evil Uno or the Dark Order?
Both. I love Evil Uno.
Okay.
I've been following Evil Uno
I need you to explain to me what it is about this group that you enjoy. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I really genuinely want to know what it is you find entertaining.
All right, so I always find cultism very interesting to me.
Okay.
And not that I would join a cult nor lead a cult,
but it's
even though my mask says otherwise, but trust me. I really find it fascinating because some people do have the ability to sway others into joining them and go on crusades into far off regions for oil. You know, one of our presidents did that. And it works for, for so many people. There was a guy, I don't know if you ever heard of, Jim Jones, and he was successful in giving everybody Kool-Aid. So, murder's bad, but so are
Murder is bad. He always, listen, folks, give him a hand. Because what was it? Hold on, let me get the timestamp on this. We're 43 minutes in, and he found a way, folks. He found a way. I want you all to listen to this and take it as a lesson in life, folks. Murder is bad. Go ahead, Joe.
Murder is bad. But yeah, no, the Dark Order is really fun because, like, if you see his YouTube stuff and you see his stuff before he was on AEW, where he's using his culties as like furniture, I find that to be incredibly hilarious and like, yes, it's disrespectful, but for a heel, that's what you want. It's like, damn, this guy's just like
treating these people like shit. He's treating these people like shit.
Yeah, exactly. But they love him for it,
right?
And it just resonates to a lot of things that happen in life. People, you got the girl that you liked in high school, not in my particular lifestyle, but you really liked her, but she's always with that asshole that keeps smacking her around, and she has to wear sunglasses and puts makeup on because she's trying to hide the bruises, and she just won't leave that guy. But you're the hero that's like holding the door open, and she sucks her teeth while she does it, but she gets treated badly, and she can't get enough of it.
That was an oddly specific analogy, but all right.
Though you said you didn't experience it, that was very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I followed every moment of that. I took that ride. It was good. I'll tell you this. I'm not going to shit on the Dark Order. I like the concept, the idea. I even to a degree like the look.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take it a step further. I'm not that opposed to Evil Uno. My only problem is I don't see Evil Uno as the guy to lead this.
No, that's why there's the Exalted One.
Right, which I didn't spill for a specific reason, but he has been revealed. We now know who the Exalted One is, and it's not who everyone thought that it would be. And there was a lot of disappointment in the reveal, but I'm going to wait and see because it would be very hypocritical for me to do otherwise. So for those of you who are listening and I'm beating around the bush, the Exalted One was revealed to be Colt Cabana. Okay? Now, did you know that? Did you see the pre-show? Or?
Yeah, no, I watched the whole thing.
Okay, all right. I did not see the pre-show. I read about it, that part online. It didn't entice me to go back and watch it, but that was the announcement, right? So I'm going to refrain from being a hypocrite because here's the thing, I'm very so on Colt Cabana. I respect him I respect him to death as a performer, but the whole comedy bullshit, like I've never really been big on it. Just not my cup of tea. And I always told myself, I said, if I ever got a chance to see a serious, real deal performer, hard-hitting style version of Colt Cabana, I think I would be super impressed, and I just want to see it, what it looks like, right? So if he's doing the Dark Order deal, he's the Exalted One, he's the true leader of this dark, dreary, just cult-like, as you said, faction, I'm going to wait before I criticize to see where this goes, because I want to see how he works this. It's the same tack that I took with the Firefly Funhouse. I saw it, and I went, my gut said, kill this. And I went, wait a second, gut, hold the phone. Let's see where this goes. And I enjoyed where it went. I'm doing that same thing here. I'm going to wait and see how this plays out. If I can get a real deal, Colt Cabana out of this, I just might enjoy this. I think it might be the one thing Dark Order needs, because right now, like I told you before, you're the first person I've heard go, oh, man, I love the Dark Order. Because I usually hear a lot of negativity attached to it. But there was some mixed reaction to the Colt Cabana thing. So I think let's let time go. Let's get these promos in. Let's see where the story actually goes. And see how this goes. Does Colt Cabana being a part of this group change anything for you, since you're a fan of the group?
Well, I mean, it's a big swerve because...
last guy anybody's expected. Last guy.
That thing and the Daniels switch. There was a lot going on. It was really fun. But I met Colt Cabana years ago when I was at Kings of Trios. And I swell guy, got a lot of charisma. And that's somebody I could see running a cult. And I could see like Colt Cabana runs the cult. Oh, you get it? So I'm going to look forward to what they do with this whole gimmick. And I'm really here for it. I'm going to be tuning in because I know how charismatic he is, and it's going to be exciting to see.
Definitely. Let's head over to the main card here. Opening matchup, Jake Hager defeats Dustin Rhodes by submission. A lot of criticism for this match. People thought it went long. It went 14 minutes.
Yep.
I mean, their women's matches go 35,000 hours, and no one complains inside the circle anyway. No one complains. I thought this match was good.
It was a good match.
I don't know if I thought it would. I actually would have, like, booking wise, I had this reversed in my head. I actually thought Darby Allin and Sammy would start. But it wasn't that bad of an opener, though. I was very surprised. No. Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust, my friend.
Oh, I love
He
that.
is a machine. Does he not age?
Absolutely.
Does he?
No, he ate nice. Whatever he's eating and drinking, I want.
And you know what? They didn't get into specifics, but they were talking about that on commentary the entire time. Oh, he's eating better. He's training better. He's living a healthier life, like the whole fucking match. He's like, well, he's getting his ass kicked now, Tony. Okay, whatever liquefied beats he has on his off time, it ain't serving him any fucking good now. Because Jake Hager's putting the beating on him, Tony. But every 2 seconds is something else about Because I think they mentioned beats specifically. I was like,
Yeah, they did.
They did. It's like I don't care how much beats.
I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with his red gimmick, like this, how it's like the anti-Goldberg.
I'm starting to think, well, if he's drinking that much beats, it might not be paint. That might just literally be half of his face turning a bright auburn red.
He leaves a red ring every flush.
It was nice to see Jake Hager in action. He looked good, better than I think he looked when he was in his WWE days. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Moved a lot better.
He's got a nice trim.
Oh yeah,
very
trim.
Svelte body. His wife's beautiful. He made out with her a few times.
Oh my God, they almost made a baby right there. They were
I know.
I thought he was going to suffocate her.
Now I don't know.
Well, she might be pregnant. Yeah, exactly. He put a spore in her. He was so deep in. I was like, Jesus. And then Dustin. She was a great actress though, because Dustin kissed her, and then she was like, "That's disgusting." I was like, "Really? Is it really that disgusting?"
No, it was all the paint he was rubbing on her face because now she's got the Dustin. She's got the beet juice on the lips.
That might have been it.
Yeah.
They did a great job, I think, really putting over the MMA shit for Jake. He's still undefeated, even though they refused to acknowledge that bullshit win he had at the last fight. But that's fine. He's still technically undefeated. Beat it into the ground.
Hey, low blow's a blow, right?
Low blow. It's still a blow, right? It's a strike.
It is a strike.
He beat it with a strike. 14 minutes, 40 seconds is the time on this. I actually did not feel like this was a long match. I thought it was really, really good. The next match, like I said, I thought this would be the opener. Darby Allin defeats Sammy Guevara. 5 minutes on the nose. And if I am AEW, this is exactly how I showcase Darby Allin. Darby Allin should never at any point in time be in a match going longer than 10 goddamn minutes. He is so reckless. He is so reckless. He is so loose with his body that either he's going to crash and burn and win or crash and burn and lose. That is how he should be every time. It should be 50-50. He should be if you want to book him with a legit coin, like you just flip a coin and just see how that goes, I would buy it. I would buy it. He does not need to. Darby is not a big guy, but you can tell me if I'm wrong here. He hits like a fucking grown fucking man. He throws his entire body at you like a torpedo every chance that he fucking gets. And that coffin drop?
Oh, it's sick.
Fuck.
Oh, my God. I remember watching Amy clinch up when he did it. She's like, "Oh, he's gonna kill himself."
Everyone just assumes he's gonna die. And the funny shit is that's the first time I've actually seen him set up, go to the top, land it perfect. Because usually he sets himself up to miss that, which is even worse.
Right.
Like when he did that shit to the ring apron. Yeah. Oh my God, he's a fucking lunatic.
I love him though.
What do you say to the comparisons to Jeff Hardy? That weird charisma that he has, that connection that he gets with the audience. Do you think that's valid? A little bit of Jeff Hardy?
I think
in
it's
this
a little
guy?
valid. Even some of the makeup, he does the half face. I can see that. He's probably not as high as Jeff Hardy is, even though he's just as suicidal with his movement.
Yeah,
but
he's
he
does remind me of a late '90s Jeff, where he just kind of throws himself.
Yeah, he throws risk to the wind. And it pays off.
I'm glad they got rid of the body bag. I'm glad they got rid of that. I know that was a thing he was doing in the Indies. I don't need to see that. The skateboard has grown on me. Because he's not skateboarding the whole time. He does like a little bit down the ramp just so that the announcer can say skating in from whatever.
Right.
And it all fits. They're making this. My only problem with Darby is not with Darby. It's with the booking committee not keeping this guy on fucking TV. Yeah. Every time he does something cool, he disappears.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. All right, so our third match here for the AEW World Tag Team Champions, and I am about to fucking explode.
This match of the fucking century right here.
Okay, I will let you go first because I'm a buzzkill. So you go ahead.
Oh my God!
What was it?
The false finishes.
I'm about to go full cornet on this mother. No, I'm joking. I actually like the match a lot. I'm joking around, but I did have a problem with something toward the end. So what was it about this match that just caught your eye? Because
I'm super excited to hear what your end result here. But for me, the back and forth between this, the tease to Hangman maybe going heel on him, the fact that the Young Bucks even kind of went off topic, the spittle that launched out of each other's mouths.
Yeah.
And not in the porn way. This is a
not in a porn way. Yeah. This is a fighting situation.
Oh man, this became a rompus romper. It was insane. I loved every minute of it. I was like, this is great. And I usually I was gonna get it at the house at our apartment,
right?
But this company ended up having an event in one of my favorite places to have chicken wings. I'm a rather large man, and large men like chicken. So we went to Jack Dempsey's, and at this event, it was packed. And sure enough, all the close calls and the work that these guys did, everybody ate it up. It was like we were at a live event, and these guys really put in 110%. And I like I said, I loved every minute. They even going after injuries and, Matt's back problem and Kenny's shoulder because he had that long battle with Pac. It was just like a story that just unfolded in wrestling wonder. And I really flipped on it. And so did everybody in the bar there. It was great.
If I could talk to the people for just a second who say that the Young Bucks don't have any psychology, just for a second, I tend to agree from time to time. They get a little carried away. But if you watch the package that they played before the match, and then you watch as the match develops, there was so much storytelling in this match.
Yeah.
That it was I actually was really into this match. And if you notice, when I started talking about the earlier matches, I gave you match times because I kept hearing Jake and Dustin are too long. I heard that Moxley and Jericho went on for forever. This match for the tag titles was 30 minutes, 56 seconds. This was by far, not even close, the longest match on the card.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only problem that I have with it. Because if you follow the storyline of the actual match, everything kind of flowed really good. Their chemistry is obviously off the charts. All four of these guys know each other like the back of their fucking hands. So they're doing all the cool possible shit you can think of. I think Nick Jackson executed every move he's ever done in his life in this one fucking match. And they're going over it. They're having the match. I'm loving this match. I really am. I'm enjoying it. It's going back and forth. They've got me. They've got me hook, line, and sinker. And here is where it all goes off the rails. I wish I had it in front of me to find out, because if the match was 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and take a gander or a guess that maybe this spot that I am about to talk about happened somewhere around 22, 23 minutes. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I'm guessing around about. So the point of trying to get the exact spot in my head. Okay, one of the Bucks takes a spill to the outside. I think it was Nick. Matt's still in the ring. Hangman is perched. He's ready for the buckshot lariat. They're going to go for their tag finish. Buckshot lariat into the V-trigger. Boom, they hit Matt. Everything sequenced perfectly into that last spot. They hit their tag team move. Boom, down goes Matt. Hook the leg. 1-2, kick out. And at that point, I was off. You lost me. You lost me because everything built up. Everything built up so beautifully. Like the secret, everything, the emotion, everything was tied up. And like I said, it might have been around the 22, 23 minute mark. They had already been out there for so long. They threw. I think Jim Ross said that. Is there anything they haven't hit on each other yet in this match? They did everything.
I'm gonna have to go home and get the kitchen sink.
And then when they hit the tag finish, the way that they did it and gave me, it was a beautiful falsy, but. It's a falsy. That should have been the finish. Because everything after that just seemed extra excess. If you cut it there and then you do all that stuff at the end with the Adam, tease and the whole, and he opens the ropes for him, it still comes out a beautiful match, man. I got flashbacks to when I was told up and down over and over and over again that Omega Okada was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And they were like, you got to watch this match. If you have an hour to dedicate it, spend the whole hour, 55 minutes, enjoy. I sat down, I'm watching this match, and I felt this was all a flashback, no lie. And I was watching Okada and Omega, and I'm watching the match. I'm 30 minutes in. I'm enjoying this. I'm loving it. 35 minutes in, okay, because I know it's 55 minutes, so I'm buckled up. I'm in. I'm following. I know what I'm in for. I think
You're
we
not
get
drinking beer.
No, I was hammered at the time. I was hammered. But it was, I was going to say
Fever.
38, 39 minutes in, it was the top rope tiger bomb. Top rope dragon suplex, where he like hooks him with the full Nelson and like from the top fucking rope, suplex him, lands it perfectly. I mean, just basically obliterates everything that is above the shoulder of Okada. And he kicks out, and they wrestle for like 12 more minutes. And I went, no. That is excess. That is too much. What happens, and the best example I can give people, is that you rev. You're like an engine. You rev and you rev and you rev, and there's a sweet spot. Once you get to that sweet spot where the engine is at its peak, you rest the engine down before you blow it. You rest that engine down, and then blah, 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 blah. And they just, my only problem with the Young Bucks ever, in every match that I see them, is that they just don't know when to pull back. And I don't think I can recall a situation where I've ever actually seen them pull back. It's like they push it to 100. They gradually get to 100. And once they get to 100, they just stay on 100 all the way through. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was loving this match all the way. And then when that double team finish hit and they kicked out and they wrestled and they did like 45 more spots after that, I personally was out. I was like, all right, I get it. And the audience was blown up. The audience is fucking nuts. This happened right in the middle of the fucking show. If you're going to throw the kitchen sink at each other, could you not fuck over the match after you? Because we'll get into that right now. Yeah.
So hyped. Yeah,
the women's match was.
Everybody was like, "Well, I'm going home. Thanks."
They were done. They were done.
We're done.
And if you watch Rose and Statlander, they didn't have a bad match, but you can't do, because their match 12 minutes 45 seconds. You can't do 12 minutes of whatever the fuck you're doing with your partner when these four guys just went out there and just fucking destroyed themselves.
The whole arena.
And it's just like, it is the whole building, the whole vibe of the whole building was dead.
Yeah.
Dead. There was a few responses.
The women's match was like bathroom break.
Yeah, they were in the dead spot, which is unfortunate. Yeah. And they got them back toward the end. They started really cooking toward the end, but man, that I got to give them credit for even going out there and to be honest with you, fucking trying. Yeah. Because they normally when you have a match like that, because you're booking it, you know the match is going to be crazy. People usually tend to put like an interview or a promo or something,
right? A cutaway,
something
like
to kind of get the
build up,
let the crowd go take
but
a
not
piss.
A match.
Yeah, they just went right into the women's match, and I'm like, fuck, because I was spent. I was like, because remember I told you I was with it until the end, and then the end they gave me like 8 more minutes of shit I didn't want to see. I was done mentally. I was like, all right, and I didn't want to skip through anything in case anything happened that was ridiculous that I want to talk about. I mean, and I watched the whole match. It was a basic run-of-the-mill. It was all right. Big woman, little woman match. And, you know, Chris did some stuff. I mean, what any other show or even earlier on the card, that's a really good women's championship match. Better than what Riho's been giving me for the last few weeks. But following that, they had no fucking chance at all whatsoever.
That was hard.
What did you think of the women's match?
I've been looking at scorecards on it, and everybody's given that tag match an A+, and they're really low on the follow-up women's match. But I think they don't consider what you just said.
Yeah, they were burnt. They didn't want to see a fucking wrestling match right out. They needed time to process the 31 minutes they just fucking saw.
Yeah.
They just saw 31 minutes of some of the craziest shit they've ever seen in their fucking lives. And they're like, I need to fucking recoup. If on an indie show, that would have been an intermission.
Exactly.
Right there. That would have been an intermission. And then we drop off the last 4 matches.
Go get your hot dogs, kids. You know,
go take a shit. Go get a smoke. Calm your nerves. Come back and cheer again.
Yep.
So they left them in the dead spot. That's unfair. I thought they had a pretty good match. Is there anything that stands out with you for the women's match that you want to comment
I really
on?
enjoyed Nyla Rose. My first viewing of her was at Capitol when I was going to every one of their shows. Before I got them that beautiful belt. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check out that Capital Wrestling belt. But
wait, you got him that belt?
Yeah, that's me. I sponsored that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a couple of things I did. Dabbling everywhere. Putting my pinkies in the waters.
Oh, my God.
That top
Don't get
rope
me, too, to putting your pinky in places. Okay.
I put my pinky in lots of places.
That what spot?
What's that?
You said in that spot?
No, I put my pinky in lots of places.
Oh, okay, we're back on that. Okay.
Yeah. No, but the spot I was talking about was the top rope suplex. It could have gone super wrong. The superplex attempt by Statlander. Is that how you say your name? Statlander?
Yeah, Statlander, yes.
Yeah, that could have just ended the match in careers, but it just went pretty smoothly, and I really popped for that because
little botched, but that's all right. It ended up being safe.
Yeah, they did a great job, and I really enjoyed that match because it was a good, quick story, and they had that really cool alien creature when Statlander came out because they have this whole universe thing with her, and that made Nia look super strong because she, scooped that up and then just freaking ended it. It was great.
It's about time that they. I don't know what took them so long to realize this fucking woman should be on top and beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, she's quick for someone big, and she's got a lot of energy, and it's great. So I definitely think they should have realized that sooner. But
in the Orsini's Uncensored Mind official Facebook group, I posted the poll earlier of what people thought were their favorite matches. And Dustin and Nyla get no love.
Oh, wow.
Followed by Darby Allin, Pac, and Orange Cassidy, which we'll get to Cody. Of course, the top two matches, Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley, and of course, everyone's favorite, the tag team title match, number one with the highest amount of votes. You guys really dug it. I'm not going to shit on it. I was digging it too. I just wish it would have been a little shorter. Sometimes too long can work against you here. Yep. Our next matchup here, MJF and Cody. You want to talk about storytelling?
Yeah, I was going to say, this was a long,
was the one.
bookended story,
Well, my criticism of the build-up is that they just did too much too soon. There were so many... They had a cage match. They had 10 lashings. They had all these different. They just put all of their fucking everything, a year's worth of building up heat for this guy in a span of 6 weeks. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I did this big drawn out thing a couple of episodes ago about how I would have booked it from because the next pay-per-view is called Double or Nothing, which would have been dope. Which we could still do because Cody ended up losing this matchup. Official time for this match, 24 minutes and 40 seconds. It's finally, and I know people are going to take this the wrong way, and I don't care. But the people who know me. But it was nice to see Brandy Rose be a fucking trophy wife again.
Wow.
I don't need. I'm sorry. She's a beautiful woman. Gorgeous. She is an intelligent woman. She clearly gets the business. I mean no disrespect to Brandy Rhodes, but that character was garbage. The group was garbage. The idea behind the group was garbage. Everything came out of the basura. And I'm glad, and I know what she's feeling. I don't want to be known just as Cody's wife. I get that. But, sweetie, you are Cody's wife. That is your role. It's a beautiful role. You fill it out, literally fill it out wonderfully. Okay?
Those short shorts, though, were like, what's going on? Is that got a lot of...
She had this Valley Girl look going with the hair.
Yeah, it was.
And the crop top looking look. And listen, sweetie, you got it. You have it. She hasn't popped out a little Cody yet, so she's still intact. So let her go ahead. And before she breaks her body, and let her do her thing, man. I have to ask you. We have to address this. The tattoo. We've got.
Oh man, why is the internet plugging out about that? Oh my god.
We got to talk about the tattoo just for a second. Okay, I have no problem with the tattoo.
No.
My only issue with the tattoo is where it is. Why the fuck is this big ass Autobot logo on your fucking neck?
It's America.
What the fuck? It's Captain America meets Optimus Prime on his fucking neck. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why the neck?
Because he wants you to see it. You can't miss the neck.
But I mean, the guy is a suit. All right, he prides himself on being on all these big time meetings. He's got this big ass, colorful ass. Can you imagine if he was to go back? Because that is the American Nightmare logo, so it's basically red, white, and blue. It's the whole American flag color thing. Can you imagine if this whole thing, let's say this whole thing crumbled, and he had to go back?
Oh my God!
And he goes to
He's
WWE.
Going for a job at a Mazda dealership. Sir, I'm gonna be.
Not even that, but let's just say like he goes to WWE for a little bit, right? He's not going on the Saudi Arabia trip. That's just not happening at this point.
You die.
You are not allowed to leave your hotel room ever in any country that we go into. You're not going to Pakistan with that fucking tattoo on your neck. You're just not.
Not at all.
I mean,
it's so jarring. Like when he came out with it.
Oh, it's big.
It's huge.
It's a huge fucking tattoo. And I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I thought it was fake. I was like,
I did too. I thought it was
that
gonna roll.
can't
I thought he was
be
doing
real.
something like his brother. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, exactly. I thought they were like paint. You know, why couldn't he just do paint per match? You know, like a little paint thing for the. Why did it have to be a permanent tattoo on his neck?
So
I don't
wild.
understand. I'm not even opposed to neck tattoos, but that's just a big ass blue red fucking thing on the side of your fucking neck. Oh,
hung out with Post Malone that day. I don't
know. Oh, if he did, there would have been a lot of drugs. That if there were drugs involved, I would understand that. But he took video. There was photos. He seemed of sober body and mind, and you can tell he's a man's man in his relationship because I'm almost 100% sure Brandy was not on board with this fucking location of the tattoo. No woman in her right mind wants her husband to get a fucking thing that big on his fucking neck.
Yeah.
So
true.
I'll give him credit for that. He's the balls in that relationship. I'll give him that. Because my wife would have fucking strangled me if I'd have came home with a fucking Decepticon logo on my fucking neck. She would have fucking snapped on me. There's zero chance of that shit happening. But yeah, let's get to the match for the second here. How fucking good is MJF?
Oh my God, the dude just goes from 0 to 100. He's fantastic. He's such a great heel. I wanted to get into the ring and bust him in the leg myself. I was like, this motherfucker. Like I really.
My only problem with MJF, and it's not a problem that he can really fix, because I think he plays the heel role perfectly, but people cheer him.
When you're a really good bad guy, you cheer.
I know,
it's like
but
with like Rick Rude when I was a kid. He even had a robe like Rick Rude. Like
but you hated. Oh, his gear, by the way, was on point. That was
absolutely.
He looked like a fucking star. There's just something about this guy, and the fact that the legends, like so many legends, rave about this guy. It's like he is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
True story. I don't know if you know this, but I've told this story on the show before. But we had him booked for a 2KW show.
Oh, get the fuck!
We did.
When I was involved there before.
You were involved with us pretty early on, so it had to have been.
Yeah.
But I want to say either 3 or 4. Remember when we were doing numbers?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
we had him. Still me. Yeah, I was still.
Yeah, we had him booked for a show. We had him originally booked for a show because we had talked money over with him, and he was fresh out of the school. Matt pitched him. I didn't even know who he was. He was straight out of the school. He was like, check this guy out. And he didn't even send me a match. He sent me a promo. And obviously MJF is an amazing promo. So me and Pete were like, yes. We just didn't know who he was going to be facing yet. And I think a week after we agreed to terms, he had let us know that because he graduated from Wrestle Pro, the factory out there. And the date, we had booked him like about a month or so out. And the date had conflicted with one of their shows they had booked, so he called us up. We spoke about it. Everything was good. We were like, all right, that's your home promotion. I'm not gonna fuck you over. So yes, we were good. So we never got him on, but we got him for dirt cheap that day because fresh out of school, and but yeah. So he went on to pretty big things apparently because he's beating Cody Rhodes on pay-per-view with his main man Wardlow. What did you think of the fact that MJF went over in this match?
I was shocked. It was really good because
you were shocked. Okay.
I was. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go over. It's because you got Ann Anderson on the side. You got Cody's wife. I was like, oh yeah, Cody's definitely going to get the dubs on this one. And then
I'm getting sick of him coming out with that fucking fight team.
What's that?
I'm getting sick of him coming out with that fight team. Who the fuck were these people out there with him during his entrance? Like 30...
yeah. Well, it was his brother, and then it was the custodian. It was the new trainee. It was
there was a cut man because the last time he hit the rail, he needed a cut man. The last time.
Oh yeah.
So but no, MJF and Cody went out there and fucking did an amazing job. Cody right now is the biggest babyface in this fucking company. He's not even close. And I was talking to my wife about that because there was something he said in the promo that irked me because I was trying to say before, like I didn't understand the buildup of this match. I got it; it was a good buildup, but I didn't initially understand it because there's no way in any capacity Cody Rhodes can be an underdog babyface. He just can't.
Right.
He's an EVP in the company. He's not going to be a fucking babyface. But they went out of their way very hard, actually, throughout the course of this program to make it feel like he could be. And one of the lines he used in the promo package was, if I'm coming into this as the underdog, then so be it. I'm like, nah, homie, you're not the underdog.
No, you're the boss.
MJF is a fantastic heel, but he's young. He is untested. You're clearly the favorite of this match. The whole point of this match is that you went through all this garbage because you knew that when you got to the pay-per-view, you'd get your comeuppance. You're going to kick this kid's ass. You have to. You're Cody Rhodes. Right. So you're not at no point in time was he the underdog. That's why I thought to myself, MJF has to win this match. He has to, at least the first one, because the point of the build-up is to give MJF credibility. As much of a bitch as he is, and as arrogant and as a pain in the ass as he is, if he can't win a match, it doesn't mean anything. It's the same criticism that the Bray Wyatt thing when he first came on. Great promos, great presence, the family, everything was going good, but he couldn't beat anybody. So it didn't go anywhere. You don't want to run that problem here. Cody's been built up as a guy. He's won every program he's been a part of. He's undefeated. He with the exception of losing to Jericho because of a thrown-in towel, which again connects him to MJF. They've built him up perfectly. He performs his matches strategically perfect. He's not overextending himself. It was a matchup made in heaven. And I thought to myself, it's the perfect time for the heel to go over. What does Cody have to lose by losing to MJF? He's not getting a title shot anytime soon. He's been winning his matches for a particular reason, and that's so that when the bad guy finally beats him, it means something, and that's what happened here. Bad guy beat him, and a lot of people were just like you. They were like, wow, after all that, he's going to go over? Yeah, fuckers, because the next pay-per-view is called Double or Nothing, so guess what's going to happen? Now Cody is going to be the underdog, because after all that he did, after all that he went through, despite all of his power, despite his title, he couldn't beat the kid. That's going to be the promo for the next 2 months. Because now it's going to flip. Now, MJF is going to say, well, you wanted the match so bad, Cody. You let me whip you. You let Wardlow put his hands on you. We beat the shit out of you for 4 weeks. You wanted this match so bad. You worked so hard to get it, and you lost.
And you almost killed Ann Anderson.
Yeah, and you almost killed your coach in the process.
Yeah.
So, and then we lead it off into Double or Nothing. And I can't wait for the promos for this shit. I want to watch Wednesday just for that match.
Great wrestling on Wednesday.
Pac defeats Orange Cassidy in a showcase. 13 minutes, which is longer than I think anybody thought Orange Cassidy could go. Not a lot of build-up on... My problem with Orange Cassidy, because I actually get a kick out of him. I think he's hilarious. And,
I agree.
And it turns out, and I didn't even know this, but I was told this by a buddy, that he used to be one of the ants in the colony in Chicago.
No, you're kidding.
And I thought to myself, I said, well, what the fuck? What do you mean he's one of the ants? And I was like, which one? And they couldn't pinpoint which one it was. So I started digging into some old photos because I worked with the ants way back when.
Really?
So I started digging through some old photos. He was Fire Ant. And I did not remember that because he looked so different from when I had met him. I think he had long hair when I met him. So I didn't realize that. And I found out about this like a few weeks ago. right? So we get to the pay-per-view. I'm watching this thing, and yeah, he's doing the kicks and the whole deal. And even the part where he picks up speed, like everything looks good. I mean, the psychology was there too, believe it or not. Like their connection, Pac and Orange Cassidy's connection to the audience is amazing. And at one point, Excalibur goes, he has the persistence of a fire ant. And I went, oh, really?
Oh,
really, Excalibur? Wow. How many people got that reference, I wonder? But what was your takeaway? What was your, from my own personal photo collection, too, by the way?
Oh, wow. That's
yeah,
amazing.
I know. It doesn't. It never really dawns on me how much I've done in my career until sometimes I step back. But
so wait, did you do a Chikara Pro? Or?
I did not do Chikara. What happened was, the beginning of my career when I was working with Fighting Spirit Wrestling, we had a work agreement with Chikara, so we would send talent over for promotional purposes, dark matches, that stuff, and they would help us with our live gate. By sending us talent as well. So that's when I got a chance to work with the Colony. I got a chance to work with Adam Payne. I got a chance to work with Ricky Reyes. I got a chance to work with Quackenbush.
Yeah,
which I got heat with Quack the first night I worked with him. Yeah, I made a mistake and I got heat with him a little bit, but we figured that out later on down the line. It's good now. But I made a very, very stupid mistake. If you want to know what the mistake is, tune in. No, I'm not bullshitting. But no,
join my Patreon.
It was join the Patreon. Come to my OnlyFans page, and you can see. It's really simple. I was ring announcing for the show, and Quack was going to be a special referee for the women's match. Was Kimberly and Saturnine at the time. Yeah, and I was supposed to introduce the next match. I was going to introduce Quack first, and then introduce the ladies. And this was all planned at the beginning of the show. So obviously I have a lot going on. So I introduced the match, and I never introduced Quack.
Oh shit!
So when I introduced the match that it's going to be a women's match, the whole deal. That usually gets a pop. So I was like, it's scheduled for one fall, and then it is a women's match. Yay! And then here comes Quackenbush. So everyone was like,
Quack's here.
And as he's walking to the ring, I panic, and his music's playing, he's coming down, so I tried to fix it like during his entrance. I'm like, introducing next the special referee for this contest, Mike Quackenbush, and everyone's like, yay! And I'm supposed to give him the mic or something, and he fucking snatches it from me. I was like, there it is. There it is. There's a guy you don't want to get heat with. I was like, all right, fine. So anyway,
I remember going to Chikara with I was a Chikara King of Trios that I went to. Unfortunately, it was the tribute for Larry Sweeney. That guy was amazing, and I met. That's what I said. I think it's the same one I met Colt Cabana, but also Brody Lee was there, and he used to have a good relationship with a buddy of mine, and my buddy was like this 300-pound brother that you wouldn't think had such a high-pitched voice. And I remember Brody like pushing him. He's like, "Get out of me!" And it was just
wow.
Like, yeah.
I'm glad that's on audio right now for everyone to hear. He made that sound. Mama Pombo is gonna get a good kick out of that one. All right.
yeah. I mean, that's as best as I could do. It was much higher than that, actually.
So not only does he make fun of him, but then he goes, I couldn't possibly recreate it. I'm not that much of a bitch. You have to hear his version of it at his bitchiest. What did you think of this match with Cassidy? What did you think of his performance?
I loved it. It was fantastic. I loved the rolling in and out of the ring, and then Pac ended up doing it.
Did you think that smile was kayfabe? Like, was it planned, or was it literally him just going, "Man, we're having a good time right now. This is fun"?
I think that was it. No, that was.
I think it was in the moment. I really do. I think the camera just happened to catch it because I was just like the way that he was doing it. I think if the camera would have been an even shot, meaning like both facials at the same time, I think you would have seen Pac too. Just a little bit like. Wow, this is kind of ridiculous. We're doing this. Like, holy shit! Yeah, I didn't realize Pac and Orange Cassidy would have that kind of chemistry. That shit was awesome.
That was amazing, and the fans just ate it up. Like the little taps, and then Pat coming back and doing it to him, and everybody, It's great, man.
Absolutely. Pac going over on Orange Cassidy, 13 minutes. This match was longer than Allen and Sammy Guevara.
Wow.
And longer than all the pre-shows together. So there you go.
I was very surprised. I mean, it was a great match, and it's got Amy going to get some Orange Cassidy shirts. Let me tell you.
There you go. We have a new fan in the house.
Yeah.
Our main event of the evening for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, although they don't use heavyweight, and I know why they don't, so it's smart. Because, they got a roster of about 40 people and maybe have like 5 heavyweights, so I understand getting rid of it. But it's the AEW World Championship. This match went 22 minutes, 20 seconds. John Moxley. Justin Roberts is going to have a fucking coronary at some point.
He's going to pass out.
And you know what's funny? I think they chilled him out on purpose because he was doing it for every match. Now he does it for the end because I noticed it because when he used to do Kenny Omega, like he doesn't do it now. At this pay-per-view, he said that shit regular as fuck. But for Moxley, this nigga gets all gravelly. I love the fact that Moxley's version of a special entrance is just the camera catching him from the very beginning of his walk as opposed to just
coming into the building.
Yeah, they followed his punk ass all from the streets.
Yeah,
like they cleared that whole deal out. Yeah.
Welcome, John.
Please stay to your left.
Yeah,
it would have been crazy.
They didn't even pat him down. He could have had a weapon.
When
I try to come in the building, they always look in my bag.
Well, you know what? I don't want to hear shit about weapons and letting motherfuckers in here with beach balls. Fuck all that. I don't care. I don't fucking care about. I would rather someone walk into a wrestling show with a fucking Beretta than walk in there with a fucking beach ball. Chris Jericho with the the choir entrance.
The choir. I love that actually. It was a very nice touch.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know if you found out, it went viral. The lady who sung the song, she was backed by, first of all, it's not an actual choir, I found out.
Oh.
She's a singer, and she has a lot of friends who are in the industry or whatever, and they did a video together. They formed like a mini choir at the time, just to perform a song, and they went viral, and everyone was talking about it or whatever. And Jericho apparently messaged her directly. He said, "Hey, we're going to be in Chicago. I would love for you guys to do a rendition of my song. Would you be interested?" And she said, "Fuck yeah!" And she called all her people, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." And that's your entrance. I'm like, that shit is hot. And I'm thinking to myself, Jericho. You're just messaging people on fucking... How did she really... Like, initially, do you really believe that's Chris Jericho? Like, did you think she asked her any security questions? Send me a dick pic. If you're really Chris Jericho, send me a dick pic. I need to make sure this is...
I don't want a dick pic, but I definitely want to... what's up? I'll take the what's up.
He's like, if this is really Chris Jericho, what's your social security number and the last 4 digits of your credit card? I want to know for identity purposes. But the world title's on the line. I got to be honest here. This is the best I've seen Jericho. This was one of the better Jericho matches in AEW. I think in the beginning of all this, he was... Is it me? Is he losing weight? Because he was ballooning for a while there. But I feel like he's losing weight now.
He was looking like the lead singer of Motley Crue.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was gassed this time. He looked like he was in shape. He was good to go. He looked good. Moxley, I'm going to say this about Moxley. I loved Dean Ambrose. I loved him. I will admit that he got a little stale there towards the end, even after the injury, to be honest with you. Wasn't digging it as much. I'm glad he's getting to do his own thing. I cannot wait to see what he does with non-WWE superstars. I want to see him perform because I'm not one of these fans. I know he's not the Mox of old. That guy has gone forever. The WWE has gotten their footprints all over this kid. He wrestles a WWE style through and through. He will never get away from that. For those of you telling me, well, he did get away from it, AJ. That hardcore match with Kenny, that hardcore match was not a hardcore match. That's not what that was. As soon as those sugar glass pains came out, I said, this is bullshit all the way through and through. I'm not watching this anymore. I know where this is headed. Right. There was a few gruesome spots. I'll give him to him, but this is not the Mox of old, folks. You know why? Because he's smarter. He's richer. He has a hot wife waiting for him at the house.
That he
This
blew a kiss to
motherfucker
at the
is
end.
not taking a chainsaw to the face for your entertainment. He's just not.
Hell no.
We're not
Nope.
getting the old Mox back. So if we can change the style up a bit, that's great. They went into WWE mode, the two of them.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
a main event of Extreme Rules match, which was another thing. How they kept saying it during commentary. Aubrey's gonna let him go. We want to see a winner. I'm like, well, goddamn, how much of this shit she gonna let go? They fought the audience, threw this nigga into a table, threw him into a ring post. They got Ortiz beating on him. They didn't even try to hide the fact they were cheating, and she refused to disqualify this dude.
Yeah.
They just put a beating on him over and over and over, and then they did the big reveal with the eye patch at the end, hits him with the paradigm
he
shift.
got a nice little busted open mid-match.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that was a hard way either, because that was a nice little amount of juice he had coming off the side of that.
No, there's a hole in that man's head right now.
Yeah, I hope so, because that shit was pumping. That shit was coming
Yeah.
out. Every time I hear Excalibur speak on commentary, I hold my breath.
Uh-oh.
Because he's either going to say something very astute or he's going to say something really stupid. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. He's a 50-50 commentator. I think sometimes he tries to extrapolate way too much. It's just like for instance, the Orange Cassidy, I'm going to get to my point about him in the main event in a second, but the Orange Cassidy match, he knew every single Orange Cassidy move on the fucking planet.
Right.
Every single one. Because he's been working with these guys for forever. It's the same thing with Pac and the Bucks. When he's calling his friends' matches, he's awesome. He knows the story. He knows the moves. He's got everything timed out perfectly. He's great. When you get Excalibur down to call a match between two people he's yet to really be familiar with,
he really hit him in the head.
Yeah. There was a comment that him and JR were going back, and I love JR's commentary in AEW because he has zero fucks given.
Right.
Zero fucks given. He doesn't care about anything that
definitely.
he's calling. He doesn't give a shit about any of the stories, any of the talent. Him and Tony, you can literally hear him and Tony scoffing at Orange Cassidy every fucking chance they get. There was one line that stuck out to me. I don't know if you heard it, and I think it was during the tag title match. They were referencing the fact that Kenny had just come off of an Iron Man match with Pac on Wednesday. They're like, 72 hours ago, he was just in a Match of the Year candidate over here, and now he's busting it in this tag match. And Excalibur says, this is not a lie, he says, the match between Kenny Omega and Pac is clearly one of the better, if not the best match in AEW thus far. Which, if you want to argue, maybe not, that's subjective, right? But then he takes it the step too far, and he goes, it might be the greatest professional wrestling match in TNT history.
Oh.
And you can hear this uncomfortable silence. Pure silence. And then you can almost hear Tony take a gulp, and then he goes, you know what, Excalibur? You might be right. And I said, ooh, that check I think the silence, if I'm not mistaken, was Tony going to his phone, checking his bank account, and double checking that check cleared. Just let me check to make sure it cleared first. Yep, it cleared. Okay, Excalibur, sure. It's the best match in TNT history. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Go for it. Right. Jim Herd's not going to come back and yell at me for saying this stupid shit, so why not? Fuck it. You know what? All those Sting matches, all those Hogan matches, all those Goldberg matches, all those fucking Wolfpack matches, all those Piper matches, all those Flair matches, you're right. You're right. Pac and
those
Omega.
Dusty Rhodes matches. Yeah.
Bret Hart, the Benoit matches. Yeah, you're right. Omega and Pac. That's the greatest match in TNT history. Sure. Why not? The check is cleared. No one's fucking with me anymore. Go for it. Go for it,
Whatever
kid.
you say, buddy.
Whatever you say. I can almost hear them pat him on the head. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's go with that. What year is this? 2020? All right, sure. Omega and Pot, guys. We've peaked.
Yep.
That's where it is. Excuse me. So
What a big boy played.
Santana and Ortiz on the outside. I have to say something. You know these guys.
I do.
I know these guys. They're great friends.
They're great guys.
I could not stop listening to. They just would not shut the fuck up. They every time the commentator stopped and the match is just unfolding, you can hear Ortiz, you can hear Santana. Come on, Papa. Come on, Papa. What was it, Ortiz? I thought you was a fighter. I thought you was a fighter. You don't have the heart, John. You don't have the heart. The whole fucking. How long was this match in front of me? 22 minutes of Santana and Ortiz's greatest hits. They must have been Wikipediaing insults off camera because they were running out of fuel just every 2 seconds. And then Santana, Aubrey, he's hurt. Aubrey, he's hurt.
What are you doing, ref?
Do your job, Aubrey. He's bleeding, Aubrey. It's like, what the fuck? I had a great time listening to them. I was I know it's funny because I Ortiz tells me all the time that it's annoying. That's why I keep doing it, because Ortiz has a bad habit of not returning messages, right? Yeah. So, but that doesn't stop me from sending them. So, he'll get to his phone, it'll be like 57 messages from Orsini, and it'll be like regular shit. I'm just doing it to piss him off. So there's a lot of times, because AEW was live, so I can clearly see he's busy, right? Because he's at
and you texted him
he's ringside for the main event, and I'm texting him. I'm just like, I'm texting him. I'm like, what the fuck? One of the things that I texted him on Wednesday, I texted him while he was in the ring, because I think he's used to seeing it by now, but he was in the ring, and there's something about his walk. When he comes down the aisle, he has like this wide-laid walk that he does, and it drives my fucking wife up a wall. So she said on Wednesday, we're watching it, and she goes, she says it every week, so I'm expecting it now, and she goes, why the fuck does he walk like this? And I was like, you're going to say this shit every time? And she goes, but he walks like he has the biggest pair of balls that anybody could possibly have. She goes, is he walking like that because it's uncomfortable? Is he chafing? Is that why he has to keep his legs out like that? Is it because the ramp is steep and he doesn't want to fall on his balls? What is his deal? So I took all of those comments that she made and I sent them to him in several elaborate messages.
Oh,
and
my God.
This is while he's in the ring. So I got a response later that night. And it was him saying, laughing my ass off, and I laughed. Obviously, he's laughing, and I said, out of curiosity, why do you walk like that? So this might be breaking news for fans listening to this, but apparently the reason,
inside scoop,
yeah,
guys,
apparently
ready?
the reason why he walks like that, it's he calls it his Vince strut. That's his version. That's his version of the Vince walk. He doesn't utilize the arms because he has to do the bang bang and all that other fucking apparently Latino shit. But when he does the walk, it's the Vince walk with the wide legs and the whole deal. He goes, that's my BMF walk. That's my big dick
motherfucker.
Dick energy in the room here walk. And I'm like, all right, brother, because we are concerned about the health of the skin of your scrotum. We were trying to make sure you wasn't chafing and fucking up. But it's all good. It's all good. So that is the AEW Revolution. There it is. There's no edits, folks. This is live, sort of. I'm recording it. And I don't feel like editing, so here we go. But
people are going to hear all my blah, blah.
Yeah, okay, so yes, but that was our quick little rundown of AEW Revolution. Joe, I want to thank you for taking time to being on my show here tonight. This is my first. I wanted to get your opinion on this. Is this technically like a simulcast? How does this work? Are we? Is that how that works? Does it have to be live for it to be a simulcast?
Yeah, it has to be live.
It has
so
to
like,
be live.
I'd have to
okay.
be broadcasting, and you'd have to be broadcasting.
Right. Well, this is the first episode I've ever done, a full episode, with a person not in my house. I'm in Brooklyn. You are in New Jersey.
I'm in Dirty Jersey.
Dirty Jersey. And this has been an absolute fun episode. Thank you, Joe, so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Did you have fun here, Joe?
Absolute pleasure.
Did you have fun here, Joe?
Absolutely. Every time I'm on your show, I have fun. I'm always like, man, I hope AJ calls me to be on his show again.
Absolutely. So listen, the next roundtable, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's got to be Mania, which is going to be coming up in just a few weeks.
Which I can't stand because that means the year is flying by, and I'm hitting the big age this year. So
what's the big age you're hitting?
Yeah, 39. It's going to be crazy.
That's the big age? I thought 40 was the big age.
Well, when you're a man of my size, 39 could be the last one. So,
Every year could be the last. Don't joke like that, man. Last. We need you around to do media and to do. You're becoming a media conglomerate over here. You've got podcasting, you've got live streaming. You are a man. You call yourself an old man, but you're pretty ahead of a lot of people with the stuff that you're fucking doing.
Yeah, I even have this show streaming on my website. I have Belly of the Beast streaming on my website.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Folks, for those of you wondering, he's got comic book shit on his site. He's got me doing the pro wrestling stuff. He's got Belly of the Beast he just mentioned, which is a food podcast.
Which I love.
He is hitting all genres
Brandon
on this website.
And his lady.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think we're all becoming some part of some sort of 2BC network.
Yeah.
Because we're all like on each other's shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't signed any contracts, so hold on a second. Hold on. I just realized now we're all part of the same 2BC family here. We're all. Yeah. He's slyly getting us all under the same umbrella, little by little.
Yeah, and I have the uplifting spiritual voice of Jay East also on the website.
See, we're gonna have to do like if you want to do like a big anniversary show, like Motown show, where they get all the stars together,
get all the hosts.
Yeah, like you're gonna host an anniversary show and just bring us in intermediately, like in increments, so we all get a shot to be on the show and see who can out funny the other ones.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do it.
All right, Joe. Thank you so much. I've eaten enough of your evening.
No, this has been a blast. You're always welcome. Please give me a call. I'm always down.
Well, now that we know that this shit works, we should be doing more of these episodes together.
I agree. I wholeheartly agree.
Oh man, maybe I could call in with this equipment to the disc dungeon and stuff. Keep
that'd be great.
Keep whatchamacallit, keep the family thing going here, the cold family vibe. All right, brother. Thank you for joining the show, man. Thank you guys out there for downloading episode 130. I guess slyly just made the announcement that we're going to be doing a WrestleMania roundtable. We'll see how that works itself out. This was cool, but I still love the in-person of it, and I definitely want to do the roundtable together. I just don't know where just yet, because I know it's difficult for people
to work out with
I know.
Steve or something.
Do what now?
With Steve?
Oh, it's Steve. I don't know, because I love going over there, and no doubt about that, but that drive over there is a pain in the ass for me. I'm gonna lie. For you, it's easy because you're not too far from me.
I could walk.
It's a pain in the ass for me to get over there and then to get back. It's just a pain in the ass. So
yeah.
We
maybe we can work out something with Julian.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that many people in that room. There was barely any room for 2 of us, let alone 4 altogether. That would be weird.
Yeah.
But
I
have
the
some.
Setup, if you want to live stream it with the video, that's why.
I'm very curious about that. I actually definitely want to. I would love to do something like that for the WrestleMania roundtable. The only thing is again, we don't have enough room for everybody. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure that out. Unless you want to just do do WrestleMania, just me and you again.
Well, that works too. I mean, you could definitely get a third person in there. It's not gonna.
You think we could fit it'd have to be a svelte person.
Yeah.
Like someone to put in between us that they wouldn't need a chair.
It would be like a sandwich with very little meat.
An unshaven labia just off to the side in between. Unkempt. All right, guys, we're going to go home now. Here we go. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Of course, thank you for enjoying episode 130. Do I have to say thank you to Joe again? I'm not entirely
No,
sure.
I'm good.
You're good.
100 episodes, now pay him.
And make sure that you buy my husband's t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/AJOUM. Please, he needs this.
Listen to my daddy show. He's the best, so I don't know.